Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cinema Flow podcast. I'm your host, Zack, and my co-host for today is Angelique Acuña. Welcome back to the show, Angelique.
Thank you so much. Happy to be back.
Absolutely. We're happy to have you back. And today we are going to be reviewing the Oscar-nominated short films. We're doing all three categories: live action, animated, and documentary short film. You and I watched the animated short films together in theaters, and that was super fun. But we're going to start with the documentary shorts today. Now, for this category, only three out of the five were on streaming services, and we couldn't make it to a theater to watch. This is the only category where there are a couple films neither of us have seen. But we're going to start off with the one that's on Netflix, which is All the Empty Rooms. This is a film from Hyperobject Industries, which is Adam McKay's company. It's directed by Joshua Seftel. It's about a photographer and a journalist who embark across the United States to memorialize the untouched bedrooms of children lost to school shootings. It's a heavy subject. I loved the film. I thought it was great. Angelique, what did you think of it?
Yeah, I think this one carried the most emotional impact for me. It's super tragic to think about the lives of these families and the sad could haves of the lives that were lost to gun violence. I also thought the approach was very respectful.
I agree. Like, this is a movie that could have had a more explicit message about gun control, but there's a line in the movie he says, which is he wants the photos of these children's rooms to speak for themselves. And I think that's kind of how the movie is. It just kind of speaks for itself and lets you take away with it what you will.
Yeah, and I respected that. It was more of a letting the film itself talk for itself rather than being told.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel exploitative at all. I mean, I think it makes sense that all these parents and families would just leave the room of their child who's passed as it is. And,
Hmm.
that's because that's all they have left, really. It's a very emotional film. And it's on
Yeah.
Netflix, so everyone should go check it out. And we'll get to who we think will win and who we would vote for at the end of each category. But the next film we're going to talk about of the documentary shorts is The Devil is Busy, which is streaming on HBO Max in the US. It's basically about an abortion clinic in Atlanta, Georgia, and it follows Tracy, who's the security guard. And it's basically like a day in the life or a few days in the life of this woman and how she deals with like some of the protesters and how they discourage a lot of the people who are going into the clinic. What did you think of the film?
I thought this was very insightful. I thought the perspective was interesting and very different. And
Hmm.
it coming from someone who is from has a religious background of believing in similar beliefs of what the protesters are believing in, of like praying to God every day, but and has gone through similar experiences as the women going through the clinics. So I thought it was a very Tracy had a very insightful perspective, and I appreciated her vulnerability in the doc.
Yeah, I thought it was a very good film. I thought the protesters were very annoying in the movie,
Hmm.
and it's
That
really,
Jason,
yeah,
hated that guy.
hated that guy. And also I appreciated how they explained to the audience about Roe v. Wade at the end and how actually people have much less rights today than they did like 25 years ago, which is crazy. Yeah.
Yes, very.
America's crazy, and that's what you see in these doc shorts.
Yes.
The third doc short that you and I both saw is called Armed Only with a Camera: The Life and Death of Brent Renaud, which is a film about a journalist who was killed in Ukraine, and it follows his life throughout many different conflicts. What did you think of this film?
Ooh, I felt this was almost voyeuristic
Hmm.
and then its approach. It felt like a highlight reel of the his best moments. I believe he had like the utmost like best intentions, but the execution I think could have been better, in my opinion.
I agree. I thought it
Agree.
was fine. It's on HBO Max, so I mean, maybe check it out if you're a completionist
Yeah.
like us. You want to watch as much as you
Yeah.
can.
But also like if it's a lot of harsh visuals, so if that's something you're very sensitive to, like I would avoid a lot of harsh visuals on war and seeing actual dead bodies on screen.
Yes, that's a good warning for people. So We haven't seen the other two docs. One of them is called Children No More, Were and Are Gone, which is a movie about some Israeli people who are protesting about Gaza and like holding up the pictures of the kids who were killed in Gaza and how they get a lot of scrutiny. I want to see this film. I will keep an eye out for it when it's on streaming. The other one is called Perfectly a Strangeness, which I'll just read the summary. This was a film that was at Cannes. It says, in the dazzling incandescence of an unknown desert, three donkeys discover an abandoned astronomical observatory and the universe, a sensorial cinematic exploration of what a story can be.
Oh,
So we got a,
that sounds crazy.
yeah, we got like five different, we got Ukraine, Gaza, abortion, school shootings, and then donkeys.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
who takes it home?
that is the question. I think all the empty rooms should win, and I think it will win.
Oh my gosh. My dear friend Zach, I think the same thing. That's not scripted. This is not scripted. Yeah, I do think All the Empty Rooms is the strongest voice and just the strongest film.
Okay, well, those are the documentary films. Let's move
Woo,
on to
woo,
live action. So I was able to see all five in theaters. Angelique was not, and it's not her fault. It's
boo.
because the
You can shame
AMC's,
me.
yeah, the AMC's don't have a lot of showtimes. And we're in Los
Hmm.
Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the
What
hell?
the heck? Yeah.
Yeah, so they need to do a better job. And none of the AMC's had the doc short films. I would have gone if they had them. But I was able to see these at like 9:45 p.m. So you saw three of them that are on stream.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did see. Yeah, I did see
Okay. Let's start with The Singers. Can you tell us a little bit about this film and what'd you think of it?
that. I'll sing it. I thought this looked good visually. I like the gritty aspect. I didn't find the story entertaining, touching, or that funny. That's my review.
Hell yeah, I love that. And I mostly agree. This is a movie about a bunch of men in a bar and they're singing and it's on Netflix, so you can check it out on streaming. I like that it was shot on film and it wasn't like I didn't hate being there watching. It was the first of the shorts in the theater. It had some cool performances and interesting moments, but overall the story didn't do much for me. So
Yeah.
anyway, people can check it out if they want. Next up, let's talk about Jane Austen's period drama. This is a comedy, so I'm glad that there's one comedy amongst these movies, and it's 13 minutes long, so it's much shorter. This is streaming on YouTube, I believe. But can you tell the audience a little bit more what it's about and what you think?
Yeah, it's also on Canopy. If you have a library card, it's on Canopy.
Yeah.
This was cute. I thought this was very Saturday Night Live core. The performances were good. It's like there's a good amount of not over the top, but it's also not, I feel like overall it wasn't like super rememberable for me.
Yeah, overall, I don't really think of this as like an Oscar-worthy short film, but it's very watchable. It's like, again, 12
Oh yeah.
minutes. It's on YouTube. You may as well watch it.
Hmm.
If it were an SNL sketch, it'd be one of the better ones of the evening. Next up, we have A Friend of Dorothy. This one is streaming on Disney Plus. I believe it might be streaming other places as well. This
Yeah,
is
it's also
about
streaming on YouTube.
Oh, there you go. So everyone should watch this. It's about an old lady who befriends a young man. His soccer ball gets lands in her yard, and that's how they meet, and they become friends. And what did you think of this one?
Oh my gosh, I thought this was also cute. I thought it was really fun and touching a story about friendship. Miriam, who plays Dorothy, carries, and it's probably my favorite short that I saw.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. Very touching, and it's a nice, sweet comedy drama. It's like you could watch it with your family. It's really nice. So that's A Friend of
Thanks.
Dorothy. Next up, we have Two People Exchanging Saliva. I did not like it at all. It's only streaming in theater, or it's only showing in theaters. I would skip it if I were you. It's really not my thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not that doesn't have the Zack seal of approval.
Yeah, that's me being very critical. But the final film in the live action category is called Butcher's Stain. It's an Israeli short film, and it's about a Palestinian man who is working as a butcher in a supermarket, and somebody in the supermarket is taking down the poster of the hostages in the crisis over there. And he gets accused of this by one of the employees. So the boss takes him to talk to him about it, and he says he didn't do it. So it's kind of him trying to figure out who did this, who is doing this.
I see. I see.
Who do you think should win, and who do you think will win?
Well, I would vote for a friend of Dorothy. And you know what? Maybe I think that one wins too. I think it's a good, like, has a good story, and it's also pretty innocent above all
Yeah.
things.
I actually agree with you. I think with a friend of Dorothy, I think anybody could watch that movie and enjoy it and relate to it. And it's very emotional. And I think it should win. I think it will win. Next
We're on
up,
the same page a lot tonight, so
we are. And next,
amazing.
we have the animated short films. Let's start with Retirement Plan. Can you tell the audience what this one is about? It
Oh,
has the voice of Donald
me?
Gleason in it, by the way.
Yeah, it's me. So it's about this guy who talks about everything he's going to do once he retires. And that's pretty much just it.
It's 7 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of
Uh,
things this guy's going to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you love it so much? I know you really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, this one made me like tear up. I think the narration by Gleason made this nostalgic for one to live life and made me ask, why wait? And when it comes to the animation style, it's the most simple out of the all of them. But I thought it was just a good, simple, like simple story. Maybe I read a little more into it of like, why wait to do all these things? You can do them now. I think that made me emotional.
That is a good point. I liked
Mhm.
it too. I think you liked it a little more than me, but I enjoyed it. It was the last of the five that they showed. And then the next one we have is Forevergreen.
Mhm.
This is a 13-minute short film about a bear who, like a little cub, and he doesn't have parents or siblings or anything. He's abandoned. And this tree that's like alive takes care of him like a parent would. And then one day the bear gets in danger and the tree is trying to save him. I won't spoil the ending. But I loved
Mhm.
this one. I thought it was very Pixar core. It was very emotional. I loved the animation style. It's I believe like computer 3D animation. What did you think of this one?
I thought it was really sweet too. I thought this one was the most crowd pleaser and like safe pick. It's probably my least fave out of the bunch, but I don't think any of them were necessarily bad.
Totally fair.
Mhm.
Next up, we have The Three Sisters. Can you tell the audience a bit about this film?
Oh my gosh, can I, Zach? So we were late to this one.
We were eating at Yard House in the
Yeah.
happy hour.
hmm And that
So we
was the
were late.
priority. So, but from my understanding, it's like three sisters who live on an island and they fight over stuff. But yeah, I thought the art style was very cute. It's very simple, minimalist style. Not like crazy good, but it was cute.
Next up, we have Butterfly, which is sort of an experimental style of animation. I believe it was like paintings, right?
Yeah, it was like hand drawn paint, like hand painted.
Yeah, and it's about the Holocaust, like about a
Yeah.
swimmer who's like
hmm
being persecuted. Can you tell the audience more about this one? What'd you
Yeah,
think?
I think it's based on a true story about a real person
Yeah.
who was an Olympic swimmer from France. Um, but it's about him going to the Olympics and like his relationship with the water and the tragedies he went through during his life. But I thought it was the most impactful story wise. And like Zach said, it's the more experimental style, which I liked. And I feel like it's the most like Oscar vibe. Like, in my opinion, it seemed like the most like adult subject wise.
I agree. And last but not least, we have a film from Canada called The Girl Who Cried Pearls, which do you want to give them a little spiel about what this one's about? It's a cool story.
yeah, it's about this little girl who talks to her grandfather and and she finds a little pearl in his like he's in this grand room of like treasures, but he says this pearl is his most prized possession, and he tells the story of how he got that pearl and his upbringing from rags to riches.
Yeah, and he was like a young boy
Hmm.
and he fell in love with a girl who was like his neighbor and her room was like right across like on
Yeah,
the other side of his wall. She secretly cries pearls at night.
yeah. Hmm.
And it's a really cool story. It's stop motion animation. And you know what I love about those is like if I turn my head for just 1 minute, I missed like a week of somebody's work. So you really got to
Yeah,
pay attention.
yeah. No, yeah, I also thought this was my favorite in terms of style. Yeah, super good stop motion, very gothic. Loved how dark the story is too. I really like the vibes of this one.
I agree. I think it actually would be my pick for should win because I mean the one with the bear and the tree is nice, but I feel like this one had more creativity in it
Oh
since
yeah,
it was all
no,
stop
I,
motion.
I'm on the same page as you. This would be my pick to win. Like it's probably like upon reflection, it's probably my favorite in terms of just like when it comes to animation. Like if we're going in terms of the art form, this one's the best one. I do think though, if you see it could, I feel like it could turn away some audiences because it's kind of uncanny valley to some. Like I can see how this could scare some children.
Oh yeah.
So I guess it's the most like artsy, more on the experimental side of the shorts.
Yeah. So, but who do you think it will win or do you think someone else will win?
I would really want the girl who cried pearls to win, but I think I'm leaning towards Forevergreen to win because I feel like that one's just the safest one, and it's like the cutest, most Pixar like one.
Hmm. I
Mhm.
might go with the just to be different. I'll go with
Oh,
the girl who
okay,
cried pearls for will win.
okay, okay. Well, I'm hoping you're right because that's what I think should win. So, I mean, we haven't put the official seal of approval yet, so do not hold me accountable for that.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're gonna have a predictions episode soon, and even there, anything can change until the broadcast starts because we're gonna
Yeah.
have Oscar ballots at our Oscars
Hmm.
party,
Hmm.
and anything can change till it starts, I think,
Oh
until
yeah,
Conan steps out.
yeah.
Yeah. But while I have you, before we wrap up the episode, do you want to do some SAG reactions
Oh, yes,
to the
sure.
SAG Awards? Those were
Yeah.
last night. The big surprise was that Michael B. Jordan won Best
Hmm.
Actor. And it's
Hmm.
interesting because Timothy Chalamet lost the BAFTA. And I don't really think you can take the Golden Globes that seriously because it's split up between comedy and drama. Wagner
Uh-huh.
Moura won drama and Timmy won comedy. And Timmy did win the Critics' Choice, though. I'll give him that. But that
Hmm.
voting body is very different from the Academy. The Academy has
Hmm.
most in common with SAG. So, what do you think this means? Does Michael B. Jordan have a chance, or is this just a fluke? Because it's hardly ever 4 for 4 between SAG and the Oscars.
I mean, I don't think in terms like I think in terms of fluke, it's like I think s- the actors awards have always been more of like I feel like they're a lot more generous with their awards. So I think like I do think Michael B. Jordan, it was well deserved. I still don't think it like I think it's still more between Wagner Moura and Timothy Chalamet still, and I still think Timothy Chalamet wins it in the end.
Interesting. I still think Timmy wins, but I actually think Michael has a better chance than Wagner Moura.
Mhm. Well, also you can't like count like he wasn't even nominated at the actors, so like it's hard to think about that because like a lot of our international actor nominees weren't even in the actor awards. So
And do you think that the Sinners winning Best Cast means anything for the Oscars for Best Picture? I don't think it does. I still think One Battle is going to have no problem winning Best Picture, but what do you think?
I do think it makes a little better of a chance, but if anything, I think the supporting actors and Sinners have a better chance to win something.
Oh, why though? Because supporting actor went to Sean Penn and supporting actress went to Amy Madigan for Weapons.
Yeah, it's more as well. Also, the supporting actress who was nominated, she won BAFTA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
But was that because I mean, was that partially because she's British?
I do think Tiana Taylor does still take it, but I do think I apologize, I'm forgetting her name, the actress for Sinners.
Amy, or sorry, Wumi Masaku.
Yeah, sh Wumi Masaku, I think is like super like I think is a little more in the race than we think she is.
Oh, fair enough. What about supporting actor? You think Sean Penn has a chance to overtake Stellan Skarsgård here? He has two awards. He has BAFTA and SAG, which are the more recent ones, versus
Yeah.
Stellan, who only has Golden Globe, and then
Hmm.
Jacob Elordi has the Critics' Choice. So that one might be the most confusing.
Yeah, I don't think Jacob Elordi will win.
No.
I think Sean it's like one of those things confusing because sometimes like you would think with Demi, like for example with Best Actress, Demi Moore and Mikey Madison, um, you think that they would have given it to Demi Moore, but they end up giving it to Mikey Madison. Or even sorry, I'm thinking of when Emma Stone won. Like you would think that
Lily
the
Gladstone.
Lily
Because
Gladstone would have won.
yeah, because we always think, oh, this person already has two Oscars. They're not going to win a third one. But
Mhm.
oftentimes they don't care. Like what's her name? Nomadland. Frances
Frances
McDormand.
McDormand, yeah.
She won three Oscars, no problem. Emma Stone won two, no problem. Do you think that means they don't care about the fact that Stellan Skarsgård has never won and that this would be a career award? They're just going to give it to Sean Penn because they like him better in the movie. I mean, personally, I think I do like him better in the movie. But
Yeah.
yeah, what do
But
you
I don't
think?
know, again, it's similar to like Stellan Skarsgård wasn't even nominated for an actor.
That's also
So
true. He
so
was
it's
nominated
like
for the BAFTA, right?
I
Or
don't know off the top of my head.
I think he
But
was. I think SAG was the only one who snubbed him.
yeah, so I don't know. I still think I mean I prefer Stellan Skarsgård
Right.
perform his performance, but I don't know, that one's a little more difficult for me. But also I also just don't think Sean Penn's doing any like campaigning for himself either.
I suppose we'll do our we'll decide fully our
Yeah.
predictions. I mean, we didn't even Best Actress is the only one that's a shoo-in for Jessie
Yeah,
Buckley.
exactly. I agree with that.
Everybody
But
else is going to be really on edge on
yeah.
Oscars night.
Oh yeah. But
I like it
yeah.
though. This is how I like the race to be,
Hmm.
unpredictable.
Oh yeah, no, me too. But yeah, I still it's like I do think with Sinners winning best ensemble, I feel like it could be a little bit tricky when it comes to best picture. I still think One Battle takes it, but I still think Sinners has everything going for it right now, I feel. Do
Okay,
you think they'll win casting?
yes, Francine Maisler is considered to be a top tier casting director, and she did a
Some
great job.
people some people still think One Battle could win casting still.
I believe it should be Marty Supreme. I thought that that was the most original casting. Who would have think of
Mm,
Penn Jillette as that character?
that's true.
Yeah.
And that shark, yeah.
Okay, well, everyone should just stay tuned for our predictions episode that'll be coming out soon.
Yippee, yippee.
But anything to say before you sign out? Oh, everyone go check out Angelique's Substack.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Survivor, this quirky little reality TV show I know like probably no one's heard of, but I'll be covering all of season 50 episode to episode. So if you want in-depth analysis, quirky little funny summaries of the episode, go take a follow. I'll be doing those every week and maybe some other stuff in between. So go check it out.
Awesome. There will be a link to that in the description, so everybody go check it out and go watch some of the Oscar-nominated short films as much as you can.
Yeah, no, I've never actually taken the effort. Sorry, guys. I've never taken the effort to watch the shorts this year. So, like, this was a really cool opportunity to check out something that I'm not familiar with and kind of like exercise my brain. So, you should do it too.
Hell yeah. And I'll put in the description, I'll put the ones that are on streaming, I'll put those titles, and I'll put like if they're on HBO Max or YouTube or wherever they are, so people can have a
Mhm.
little guide. You're welcome, audience. Uh, but yeah, thank you for joining me today. And thank you to everyone for listening to this episode of the Cinema Flow podcast. We'll be back very soon with more fun movie chats. But until then, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.